Yo, 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 we're back in this thing.
Hey, what's up, Mister?
I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. At least trying to chill. You know, it's a little hot. It's a little hot.
Yo, it's steamy.
Yeah.
It is hotty, hot. I took a little nap on the couch, woke up in a little pool of sweat, had the ceiling fan going, and still was like, you ain't doing nothing.
Still
You
hot.
know?
Still
Yeah.
hot. You can't hide from it.
Definitely.
It's going to find you.
Yeah. It will. It finally just speaks. I'm like, hey, what's up? I'm here. Like, no joke.
Yes,
No
sir.
joke at all.
Yes, sir. So how's the week been, man?
As they have been consistently just busy. You know, I appreciate that folks are leaning into the conversation about these issues and stuff that I work with and present and talk about. And I feel honored that the demand is high. You know, I keep thinking, oh, this week would be quiet. You know, and like Wednesday, my schedule for next week is like quiet, but by Friday, boom, boom. You know, I have two major talks to give this week, you know, that I wasn't anticipating, and other work like building in and stepping up. So it's I ain't complaining. I won't complain. I won't complain as long goes. You know. How about you? How's your week?
Been good. Trying to get some personal projects accomplished, get some things done. Trying to read a lot and try to engage in some stuff. Because a lot of people are stuck at home. Those folks who usually would be doing events and giving talks and speeches elsewhere, they're doing online. I'm catching up on some stuff. I'm watching a lot from Dr. Greg Carr and Karen Hunter. Reading some books right now. I'm reading a book. I can't remember the author, but it's really talking about Bell Hooks and her engaged pedagogy, as well as her social philosophy, educational philosophy, all those things. So just, consciousness and things of that nature, just trying to dig in a little bit more. So, just sharpen the brain for a little bit.
I love me some bell hooks. What do you think of bell hooks?
Love bell hooks. Gloria Watson, bell hooks, everything about her. Everything about
her. Like it's such a love of the people and a concern for the problem and avenues for repair and healing, and it's tough love. It's very like, it's old school, go give me a switch love, I'm about to teach you about patriarchy, but it's going to hurt, but you're going to feel better afterwards, it's the fact that I really appreciate. I like those a lot.
I also appreciate is that she's able to take away the knowledge and also critique things that might need critique. So she might be able to take away knowledge from a person who is showing hints of sexism or just being sexist, or showing hints of patriarchy or white supremacy, but there's some knowledge that she might extract from that, but she also critiques and calls out the other pieces. She doesn't just throw everything away. She's really, really great with that.
And she's not gentle with it too.
Nope.
It's beautiful. It's like, see, brother, your problem is. Love her. Really complicated, wonderful bell hooks.
Love it.
Good. That's good stuff. Great.
Yeah. So, what you rocking?
I decided to celebrate myself. I've been watching all this stuff. You say like, oh, I'm just trying to get myself organized, but I'm watching you race like 1,000 miles an hour with all your branding and labels. So I was like, I got to show up and represent. So I brought myself back out. Brought my government cheese seal back to the table.
Yes, sir.
You notice that's a pizza right there?
Yes.
Government cheese. The other one is a bowl of macaroni and cheese, but
see, together, that shirt just made me hungry because I've had macaroni and cheese pizza before.
Oh my God.
I don't think you understand, good brother.
I want some right now. I want some of that right now. Macaroni and cheese pizza.
Oh my goodness. Ooh, it's not a game. It is not a game.
No. Sounds like a good adventure. How about you? What you rocking?
I had to take this out the closet, It was sitting there for about 7 years, right? This is the shirt that I wore the day of my wedding. So I had something called the Groom Squad. So all my groomsmen had all their stuff. I had this on the back. It says groom in gold for top hat. So this is what we rocked the day of before we changed it to our suits and our attire. But I'm rocking it because today we're recording this Sunday. We will drop this on Monday, and Monday is Amanda and my 7th year anniversary.
Oh, I wish I had some like confetti from like, yeah. That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
That's
appreciate it.
What's that? That's July 28th?
27th.
7.
727. So we got 72713. Yeah.
Play that number, 727. That's one of those things, isn't it? Remember,
Yeah.
When you hear a good number,
say that again.
You okay. That number? If it come up tomorrow, I want $5.
Yo, if it does, you're absolutely right. You're right.
Box straight, do the whole thing.
Yo, you ain't never lied. For real. For
That's
real.
Great. Congratulations, man. That's beautiful.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's been a journey, a beautiful one.
Yeah. Your marriage is one that I know multiple people refer to as like, oh, look at that success story over there. I want to be like that, So it's nice to know.
Appreciate it.
So the witness it and see it. So congratulations. Yeah, Amanda. Happy anniversary, Amanda.
Appreciate that.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, man. So let's celebrate with some juice, man.
Oh yeah.
What you sipping on?
So I had to bring it back.
Oh yes.
I did bring it back.
Yes.
Make it official. I don't have no qualms going 2 times in a row with the Majesty.
No, listen, that's some serious juice. That's some serious juice because I'm not even gonna lie to the people. After we did our thing, I went back, said hello to Majesty again. Looked at it on the bar. I was like, hey, you okay? You good? Picked them off the bar, little pour. Tried it again. I'm like, yo, this is good.
Wonderful. Yeah. It's a special bottle. It's good stuff. How about you? What you sipping on?
So 2 things. Tag life, #tag life. And then 2, I took this off the shelf because it just made so much sense. So one of my favorite distilleries, Heaven Hill, they have a Kentucky wheat whiskey. But as you can see, it says aged 7 years.
Oh, you got the 7s all around. 7's a good number. 7's a really good number.
Here we go. Play it. You gotta play it.
Box it. I see you still got your tag on too. Work it out.
Tag life. You already know. Tag life. Let them know it's real. This ain't fall off the truck.
No. Oh, excellent. Good. So shall we?
Yes. Put this bad boy open.
Yeah, I was feeling majestic after last time.
Oh yeah. It's hard not to.
I need some of that majestic life back.
Hard not to, good brother. I brought out a bigger glass for the occasion too.
Hey,
a little bigger. Yeah.
We talking about the 7s right now.
Hey, right?
Lucky 7s. I ain't mad.
All right. I got my act together. I'm ready.
Beautiful. Well, clearly the toast is to you and Amanda, 7 years. Come on. That's absolutely wonderful. Something to celebrate. I'm honored to witness the last couple of years. I can't wait to see the next couple of years and all that it shows out to us and presents. So to the couple.
Appreciate that, good brother. And, to Amanda, my better half, my increase, my rib, my other 24 hours in a day,
right.
All those things. So shout out to Amanda and thank you, good brother. Appreciate you.
Right on.
Wow.
I bring some of that majesty back.
I was spending some time with the Majesty, and I was over there like taking notes. I'm like, okay, and I was like, okay, I get the pecan, pecan, and then whatever, and then just real good. That second bite, like you said last time, really good.
Yeah. It's fire. How's your sip?
You know what? It's very smooth. It's very smooth, and it has a lot of wheat in it, which makes it a little sweeter. So yeah.
Okay.
Nice and smooth. Could be dangerous.
Hey.
Could be dangerous,
Nice and smooth. How they do.
Yeah.
I know you have some questions, but because you just got me thinking about the numbers, you know, and we all have our experiences with it, you know, but you grew around the way. So you got the lottery comes on 7 o'clock, but were you aware of the numbers when you were growing up? Did you ever have to run to the store and tell somebody your grandma's number or your mom's number or your aunt's number?
See, I think my mother probably played her numbers herself. Didn't involve me. But every time I went to my local bodega or corner store, oh please, I'm over here trying to get a sandwich. I'm like, brother, can I understand you trying to get things combinated, but brother, I'm trying to get a hoagie. You know what I mean? Or as we say in New York, I'm trying to get a hero. You know, I'm trying to get one of those. So move out the way, let me get a sub, get out my way. So every time, you know, yeah, let me get that. It's an operation.
Yeah, it is.
It's a real operation. So yeah, listen, and you know, grandma's been in there serious. Don't play games. They got their books. They got all their stuff. They keeping notes, history. Remind me of West Indian Archie from, you know, Malcolm X. Think about all that. Remember your numbers, man, for real.
Exactly. But I'm going to point out two little notes. You're dropping good language today. First, you called Amanda your increase, and I was like, okay, I took note of that. And then you just said they be in there combinating. It says it all. That's exactly what is happening, because they're not writing down numbers. They're like, okay, Joe got 4, Eric got 6, you got 2 box. You know, my mother and my grandmother were little. They didn't play because I didn't know them to play. But my aunt, my aunt had like lady luck. Like she just lived in the numbers. Boy, go tell them you see her go to the door at 6. I'm like, what just happened? And then you see somebody come running on the block later on. 5, you know, she like, God, you know, she would take the newspaper, because I guess she figured out she wasn't looking for magic. She was like, they pick the numbers. They have a system, and it's my job to try and interpret the system. Her newspaper will be covered from front to back with notes, formulas, analyzing letters, looking for big headlines, and counting letters, and all this stuff. I never quite understood it, but like her entire newspaper would be covered. And my father was like that too. My father had those like dream books, you know, all that stuff when he was around. I remember seeing all that, but I didn't live with number playing people growing up. I went to my aunt's house, Aunt Ruthie James. Yo, she was no joke. She had such luck. She went to Vegas once and won all this money.
Word.
You know? Yeah, she was that lady.
That's beautiful. Listen, my family, they be in it, but usually my family was more the Atlantic City crowd. You might find them in an Atlantic City casino. You definitely would. They might be there now. Let me say.
Hey, it's open. It reopened? Are you kidding me? They probably are. They probably are. That was the thing.
That's why you ain't answer when I called you. Oh, my bad. You was in the casino. Okay, I got you.
And very go at like 10 o'clock.
Oh.
And come back at 6 a.m.
Oh, listen. and getting comped. You know what I mean? Oh,
right.
Man. Everyone was comped. Oh, no, that's comp. Yeah, I was comped.
Right. They give me roller coasters when I walk in the door. It's like, okay, do you?
Right. Yes, sir. That's real. That moment, it just took me way back to my childhood. Just being in the corner store, being in that bodega, just being there, and everything that's happening. You know, you got people running down the aisle. You got the random cat coming out from the back. There's just so much stuff going down, man. You got the people outside in front with their brown paper bags. It's just so much, man. It just reminds me so much. Yeah.
Bodega life. There's a whole lot happening in the bodega, and every single one is different. It's like a quicker meeting, entirely different, but exactly the same. Every single one. Bodega life. Love that.
There's got to be either an opportunity, I don't know if someone's done it, but if they studied like the history of corner stores, like from an anthropological, like cultural, like just standpoint, and really think about what type of communities are formed outside. It's similar to the barbershop. When you got who's on the corner that's just standing in front of that bodega, and you know, interacting with folks in the corner store, you know, always going in there, get your little Lucy, go in there, get your, you know, play the number real quick, get a pack of Annihilators, shout out to DMX, right? All that stuff. All that stuff.
He asked for some Annihilators. Y'all got some Annihilators. That was amazing.
I want no chicken strips. I got annihilators.
Right, exactly. Okay, that the love between them was so nice to witness.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It was amazing. I was like, I feel like I'm watching. I've been laying in bed, just breaking some of the lines. All the stuff, just comes back to you. Where my dog's at? We're just stream of consciousness. But to go back to your note and your point about the bodega life, there's a lot to study there. There's a lot about immigration, and the folks got the loans. Were able to run those bodegas, supply for those bodegas, because it was always the back of the truck. The stuff that the folks going to Whole Foods, going to Acme, going to whatever, weren't coming to the bodegas. You see somebody pull up in their car and just load out all the stuff. My favorite was going in and seeing like all the more so here in New York than in my neighborhood in Philadelphia, seeing all the like local vegetables and fruits that people needed. The plantains weren't back in the day. Plantains weren't at the market, but at the bodega.
That's real.
Always.
That's real. Absolutely. And it's bringing back so many memories, because I'm thinking about it now. And growing up in Harlem, we had those corner stores, but you also had that fresh produce too. And a lot of them that was outside, and you also had the florists too. All the different flowers and things you could pick up. One-stop shop. You can play your numbers, pick up some dinner, get some fresh produce and flowers for whomever when you go home. Right. And nowadays, those things are gone, but they got a Whole Foods, they got a Starbucks, right? And then a lot of these places have been closed down. The ones that are actually the staples of the neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's closed down.
May I ask one more question?
Yes, sir, please.
When you go in the bodega, what is something that I don't know if I call it emotional memory or physical memory, that you want when you go in the bodega?
Right now, as soon as you said that, first thing that came to my mind, beef patty and cheese.
Oh, wow.
Beef patty and cheese. And it's like, I get a beef patty and cheese. They take a literal beef patty. I don't know which brand they had it, but they cut it open, put a slice of cheese over it, probably American cheddar, whatever you want. Throw that joint in the microwave real quick, put it in a little bag, it's all greasy. That joint right there. And then, because I thought I was grown and I tried to have a Philly cheesesteak, right? But I'm not in Philly, I'm in Harlem. Let me get a roast beef sandwich with American and provolone cheese on the grill, toasted bread, warmed up, mayo, ketchup, and we good. So I was out there, let me get some, some onions too. Saute onions. So that, and then again, Little Debbie snack cakes all day, baby.
Oh, yeah.
All day.
Little Debbie. Those are oatmeal cream pies.
Woo! Oatmeal cream pies, fudge rounds, star crunches on occasion, sleeper cakes, strawberry shortcake rolls, Swiss rolls, pinwheels, donut sticks.
Oh, donut sticks. Oh my God, donut sticks. And that grease stick to your roof of your mouth.
Listen. Don't get me started, brother. Don't get me started. How about you? I
always forget how greedy you are. For me, a lot of what you mentioned, but for me, it was a bag of the Dipsy Doodles, the crunchy ones. That's when I would walk in and be like, y'all got Dipsy Doodles? The Dipsy Doodles, the crunchy ones smell like feet.
Oh, yeah.
The other ones, the crunchy, cheesy ones.
Oh, yes.
That's when I know.
The barbecue ones were dope, too.
Oh, forget about it.
Dope.
Yeah. For me, it was penny candy and both Dipsy Doodles. The corn ones, little wavy ones, and the little round corkscrew cheesy ones. Oh, my God. To this day, I still will like go into a market and get a bag of the 99-cent one. Mm-hmm. Destroy that bag.
My goodness.
Dipsy Doodles. It's just a taste.
Just went through phases, brother, because you had the Dipsy Doodles, you had the corn chips, not the corn chips, the corn nuts. Mm-hmm. But they had different flavors that came out. Then you had the Wise potato chips. You get like the Flamin' Hot popcorn. Before Flamin' Hot Cheetos and all that, it was the hot popcorn. The Wise hot popcorn. My goodness.
We used to get Wise potato chips and put it in a little plastic bag with some hot sauce and shake it up. That's some Philly. You don't know about that?
Wow, not me.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
that's when you knew a girl was cute, when she knew how to do that right. Put the
Okay,
right
Philly.
amount in.
Okay, Philly.
Yeah, that's what. Oh, speaking of which, I'm glad I forgot. Glad I said hot sauce. I have another shout out that I need to give.
Oh,
If I
please
may.
do.
Our friend Miss Latoya
Uh-oh.
is some special love, and I have had it with every meal today, and it got here yesterday. Look at this.
Oh, you a bad mother truffer.
Truffle hot sauce? Are you kidding? I was like, what is this? I said, let me try this out. Black truffle infused hot sauce. It's
Listen,
called Truff. Did you know about this?
not until she sent it to me. Listen, I tell you right now, if I wasn't married to Amanda, I'd probably marry a bottle of truck.
Work it out. I
Listen,
had no idea.
listen.
I had no idea. I had no idea.
That,
I had no idea. I'm already sad when the bottle runs out. Then only had it one day. And I've already been like, oh man, it's gonna run out someday.
listen, brother, the bottle was running out, and what I did was I took some of my olive oil that I infused with garlic, right? And I poured it in the bottle, shook that bad boy up, and threw it in some pasta. It's not a game. No drop goes to waste.
Yo, I may do that tonight.
No drop left behind, brother.
Delicious. That sounds delicious.
It's not a game.
Yeah, I really appreciate you, Latoya. Thank you so much for sending that love to me. I'm blown away. I didn't expect that. And a nice little note thanking us for all that we do at Barbershop. She's just look to Latoya.
Shout out to the homie Latoya.
A class woman. Thank you for being you. Cheers. All right. So I've been rambling on. I thought you had a question. I think you had a question, right?
I mean, I do, but I like where we're going, brother.
Yeah, that's excellent.
Did you growing up, did you have those little street carts where you can get your coffee, your bagel, your donuts, like on the corner, or is that more of a New York thing?
That's New York.
Okay.
Those were downtown Philly, but not in North Philly.
Gotcha.
North Philly, we had the corner store, and that's it.
Gotcha, because I was a bad man with $1.50.
Yes.
Ooh, listen, it's not the healthiest, but I get my breakfast and my lunch and a little snack for $1.50. And when I sneak some hot chocolate, get a little hot chocolate, get like a poppy seed bagel with butter.
Okay.
Maybe get like either a bow tie or a Boston cream donut.
Wow.
That would be my lunch. I know.
Hey.
Work it out. That would be the lunch. And then, you have your little snack later on. You have another bow tie or something in there. Can't knock it. And then the other thing that I really miss, honey roasted peanuts from the cart. Like the honey roasted peanuts, it used to be dollar peanuts. Yo,
When I came to New York, I discovered those nuts, and I was like, yo, that little plastic bag, those were like, in a pinch, those were the move.
That is my childhood. Like, always, if I'm walking my mother, can I have a dollar? Can I have a dollar? Can I have a dollar? All the time. So I can get some, forget a pretzel, forget a hot dog. I want those honey roasted peanuts.
Those I don't know what they did. Those peanuts were delicious. We probably put somebody's kid through college.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And my mother always, no, not the one from up top. I want fresh ones.
Right, exactly.
Fresh ones. Hot. I want them hot. Mm-hmm. Not a game. So yeah.
Those little bad. You couldn't, I don't know, you walk past it, you turn a corner and you know one is down the block because you smell it.
Oh yes.
Like you smell it. My mouth is watering right now remembering that smell. Like that was a successful business.
That's real. The only thing that would have made it better is they were selling brown juice out the cart.
Exactly.
Honey roasted peanuts and some brown juice. You're right. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. It reminds me of like the big thing I know is in New York a lot too. Nutcrackers, where they have their little illegal drinks in certain spaces.
Nutcrackers are delicious.
I had a bad night. Had a bad night one time in New York.
Uh-oh.
We won't get into that though. It was a bad night. It was a little bit. It was a bad night.
I had my barber. I was telling him, yo, you need to bring it back. He said, no, I can't do it right now because I can't have people hanging out. Because all you gotta do is say I got nutcrackers, and then like the crowd is.
Yep.
But I don't know what they would do. They would have the green ones, the red ones, and the little plastic jars.
Skittles taste the rainbow all day.
Exactly.
all day. Listen, like, oh, the barbershop.
Oh, the barbershop.
Mm-mm-mm.
It's nice right now. I'm ready for it to come back to be what it was at one time.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, it is utility. You get in, get your work done, and get out.
Mm-hmm.
You try and hang as much as you can during it, but everybody got masks on, and everybody's working and cleaning and wiping. There's not the chill time is on hold.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I was looking the other day, sitting. My barber's in the front, and he had a row of chairs out front. And he wrote people sitting outside in the chairs. What's gonna happen when it gets cold? You know?
Mm.
I don't know, man.
You got to put those heat lamps out there. That's too much though. That's a gentrified barbershop right there.
Yeah, true that. But you know, somebody got them on layaway.
Whatever works though. I was thinking though, I'm like post Rona, we need to throw an event. This has always been like a vision of mine. Because me, I can be described in 3 words if you really want to drill down, but then there's other pieces too. But I was thinking about if we throw an event, bourbon, brews, which includes coffee and beer, and books. So bourbon, brews, and books, sponsored by the Brown Juice Barbershop. I think that would be an amazing event that will bring a lot of folks together to talk about the brown, to talk about the brews, whether that be beer and or coffee, and to share some knowledge through books. I think that would be dope. What you think, brother?
I like it. I like it a lot. The North Philly in me went right to one spot. Was like, yo, you're gonna have some real serious fights about text. You know, like that ain't what bell hooks meant. You know. So, but I think it's fantastic. I think it's great. I think it's beautiful. We can get speakers to come present your book. You know, depending on the book, we decide if this is a coffee, beer, or brown juice situation. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I like that. I like it a lot. Yes, I co-sign. Yes.
So, and the bigger vision later on in life, you know, when I'm able to retire on someone else's money and be a stay-at-home dad and just explore all the business ventures I want to explore, right? I got other visions in terms of actually having a storefront spot that's like a barbershop, but it's not a barbershop. It's a bar, right? And with the bar, it has the different type of menu where you can select certain things, you know, but then it could be a library downstairs too. And it could also maybe be in the other space. I don't know how big the space would be. This is me dreaming. Another space is cigar lounge for old heads who want to go down there and talk shop. A lot of stuff, man, but just like a community space to call people together.
What are the chairs like in a barbershop?
Like the barbershop chairs. You sitting at the bar, but you got the ones that you could pump up, you know, because sometimes ain't nothing like going to a bar where the bar stool doesn't like really suit you.
Yeah.
So if you have those type of chairs, you can just pump up, pump down. We ain't doing booster seats. That's too much. Because we're not doing that. But pump up, pump down.
I like it. Okay, I'm with it.
Then we get some seed funding. If people out there want to take us on, let's get some seed funding.
We're ready. Now's the time to develop the idea and concept. A lot of locations are closing down, so it'll be available. We can purchase it for the right rate. You know. I already said we. I took your idea.
No, brother. Collaborate. Yeah. Listen. There is no I in team. I know somebody might say M and an E, but nope. No. But just dreaming. And speaking of dreaming, brother.
Yes.
I have a question about a dream that you may or may not have. I don't know, but I take it as a filmmaker, as a director, etc., with your expertise and your experience in the game. I take it you've watched a number of different films. You might have some that are favorites of yours or some that you might critique for whatever reason. Is there a film that has already been made that you would like to remake and take on as a project for yourself? Or is there something that has come to you now, if you can share with the people, that you like, you know what? When I get the time, when I get the money, when I get the right situation, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, those are two very separate dreams to an extent. Is there a film that I want to remake? You know what I would love to remake, but keep as much integrity as possible. And I wouldn't be surprised if you don't know it because it's not known that well. the movie Nothing But a Man.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I'm jealous that you get to have the experience of seeing it for the first time.
Mm.
Abby Lincoln, the jazz singer Abby Lincoln, it's the one movie she made. They made independent film back in the day, black and white, late 50s film. And it's about a black man and a black woman trying to make it in this small town. And this guy's having a hard time with work, and it's just shot so beautifully. Just about this couple like loving each other and trying to make it through in this small town. Speaks about small town America, speaks about the South, speaks about the South, speaks about the South. And the experience that people were having pre-migration. Beautiful, beautiful movie. And I would love to find some way to modernize that and keep the energy, because it's such a classic tale about love amongst Black people. Old school, Nothing But a Man. Watch it. Find that movie. Watch it with Amanda. That'll be a great. I'm sure you have anniversary plans. But make that a date night. Find that movie and watch it.
Okay.
You'll be like, wow, I love you, baby.
I appreciate that. Okay.
Fantastic. So I would want to remake that. But that's a tough one because I think it's such a perfect movie. Such a perfect movie. And also it just hasn't got the love it needs and deserves. We're in this moment right now where the world is like, oh wow, Black content is crucial and important. We should pay attention. And it's like, wow, we've been here all this time. I haven't told you about what's happening with one of my little films that's getting all of a sudden broadcast attention. Which is like, wow, but we'll save that for another time. And there's more to announce. And it's like, yay! Thank you. Been here, appreciate it. Been here, appreciate it. Been here, appreciate it. So, I do have a big dream movie. I want to tell the story of Mr. Bayard Rustin. Bayard Rustin was an intense, incredible figure, complicated dude, brilliant, didn't care, didn't give a organized the entire March on Washington. Sit-ins, marches, bus rides, freedom rides, all that stuff in the 40s. Like his work with the Quakers and with his community is what made the civil rights movement possible. King was 27 when the Montgomery bus cop event happened. He happened to be a preacher in town in Montgomery, had his first church, Dexter Avenue Baptist Church, and was like, yeah, Rosa Parks, let's make this national movement. How do I do that? He was 27. Think of yourself at 27. Now imagine this wise, older gentleman coming in from the north who was like, oh, I got you, son. I got you. We did this already. This is a moment. And you know what? You're the face of this. You're the leader. Let me teach you how to do this. Let me teach you how to be better at what you're talking about. Bayard Rustin was kick ass, and he was gay and out in the 40s and 50s. Like, come on. That's incredible. Incredible.
That's OG status. That's OG status.
Oh, yeah, completely. When he first came to Montgomery, Alabama, he knew about the ministers and the people protesting him arriving. So he rode in the trunk the last couple of miles.
I didn't know that.
Like, I'm in the trunk, I'm gonna hide out. And popped out and was like, yo, what's up? Yo, King, you talk about passive resistance? What's up with these guys outside with guns? That's not consistent with the message. I know you studied Gandhi in college and in grad school, but check it out. I was on the way to sit with him before he was assassinated and spent a couple months with his kids. So I really know the walk, and helped King become who he is. I just love that he's a man behind the man behind the man behind the man with the plan. He really set it up and was a complicated dude. And try and present that complicated character would be really powerful. So yeah, those are two.
I would love to see that.
Yeah, those are two. And then can I say more?
Please.
Then, and this is a moment like you don't want to touch it, but I want to do Cooley High.
Okay.
With a young Snoop, a young Mike Epps. DMX could have some kind of crazy part in there. you know, we got some great talent right now that would be great. And like some of the girls that would be in it, like um, Regina King could play that girl that's like, don't touch my mother's bureau, you know? It'd be amazing. It'd be amazing. Hooey-hi. But it's also a thing where like there's such precious and perfect movies that I don't want to touch it, you know? But if I did have my dreams and like the proper crew and the proper budget and the proper talented actors and the proper support and the autonomy that you need to make those things, and not some students like, I'm not sure they would say that. No, come to the premiere. Don't come to set trying to tell us how these folks would act. Yeah, yeah. I got a couple of those.
You want to know? Can I say my dream for you?
I was going to say, let's hear what you got.
My dream for you, good brother, particularly now, particularly watching all the things, thinking about a different world, thinking about Grownish, thinking about other shows that have other, I guess, portrayals of education, whether it's predominantly white or historically black, whatever the case may be. I would love to see Prep School Negro turned into a series. I would love for that to be like a docuseries or like a drama, some type of drama or something where it's like, I don't know. I think there's so much there. And I think there's so much nuance. And I think there's so many pieces, so many places you can go with it. I would love to see that. That's like a Netflix original. That's a Netflix series, whatever. Netflix, holla at them. That's what I'm saying.
Completely. The stories we could tell, yo. I'm telling you, when I watch Dear White People and I watch Blackish like this, like say Prep School Negro once. Say it. I got my lawyer on speed dial. Just say it once, because I'm getting my percentage. They were made. I'm happy they were made. They were beautiful, wonderful, but they're so different from what I would tell. Are you kidding me?
Oh, I would love it. Let's what?
Yeah, the stories, the journey, the struggles, the love, disappointment, the hunt, the gathering, the finding, the challenge. There's so much there.
I have one more for you, brother.
Okay.
One more. Like, listen. I got one more. Get ready for it.
Okay.
I would love if you can do a documentary or whatever you want to do with it about the MOVE bombing.
Oh yeah, forget about it. Completely.
I would love to see that. I think the people need it. I think that it's not been shared and talked about in spaces in Philadelphia in terms of education. So that would be phenomenal.
Let me tell you where I am with that already, because that was so close. My aunts, all my cousins, I live right around the corner from there. I have my aunt and three of her girlfriends. They still to this day meet every year on a date and get together, because they would stand outside the house like, the block is on fire. What's going on? A bomb was just dropped. And the story would come on. Anybody listen to this, envision a little TM with a circle for trademark or a C with a circle for copyright? Because I'm claiming this idea.
Talk about it.
My Aunt Rosie, she still is like style to the nines, you know? Like just you see her comes, what Rosie got on. That's how the ladies responded. She and her girlfriends gather. I would try and tell the story from the perspective of those four women. You know, living their lives, trying to do their thing, and them not knowing, because we got Ramona and all of them, but them, like, imagine my Aunt Rosie and Ramona having a talk on a corner one day. Ramona's kind of resistant. You know, Ramona after her from the house. Resistant because she's adopted this tribe, but she sees parts of her past and what my Aunt Rosie, because her and Aunt Rosie are the same age. She sees parts of her past in that life while she's adapted this whole new behavior. But you can't forget where you're from. And she sees Aunt Rosie living the way she's living with the husband and the kids and the traditional Black life. And I just have a scene of Ramona standing on the porch, watching Aunt Rosie like get out of the car and wrangle her kids and go in the house with like bags full of food. And Ramona's just reflecting. What? Come on! I've been thinking about this. Thinking about that because there's so much sound. And then the black mayor, whose hand was really forced. Let's call it. His hand was forced by Rizzo and all that. He didn't even know it happened. He was in a meeting. He was like, "We just did what?" And then to this day, when you think about the bombing, how was the bombing described?
He gave the okay.
Exactly. Homeboy was in a meeting and was like, we did what? You know, he didn't call and, from my understanding, he didn't call and say drop a bomb on them. It's a real tense. Please, the police. I want a backstory about that one white cop that was out there. You know, there's a shot of a guy who was in a whole time, his baton, who watched the whole thing happen. And you can see his face being like, maybe we should have done that, but I'm here to do my job. You know, what's his backstory? This is like some Wire level stuff. This is the Wire level stuff. Come on.
A lot with that, brother.
Oh, come on. That is, yeah, that move, the Philadelphia movement. Please. It opens up with Mumia in the prison cell talking about why he's still incarcerated.
What?
That's who narrates the whole thing. Come on.
I'm done. I'm
thinking about this. You tap into something that's like been in, like the wheels have been spinning. I was a little boy, and I remember thinking like, did Aunt Rosie and Uncle Henry and all of them? They were two separate families. They weren't husband and wife. Uncle Henry was down the block on Osage. Aunt Rosie was around the corner like 69th, you know. And I remember thinking like, because you saw TV and you heard it. So my mother like call and be like, oh, they all right? And thinking like, oh my God, my aunts and uncles got bombed and died. That's all I could think as a little kid. Because when do you think about a bomb being dropped on a bunch of row houses in West Philly? So much there. So much. I want to say, you know what? Here's another scene for you. So one of the lawyers involved in the case, they're in their house in Chestnut Hill having dinner. And his little daughter, who's like 10, is like, Daddy, did you okay the bomb being dropped on those people's houses? What do you mean, honey? You know, I don't know. I just don't understand. And he tries to justify it, explain it, and the wife is sitting there with a cigarette, like, had a talk the night before of like, you got to make a big decision because she's progressive, but he's trying to keep his job. Come on, I got so many levels in here. I got so many levels. There's so much character development. Please, and then to good, and then we don't. You know what you do is you keep the inside of that, because we all were so curious about the inside of that house. Because I mean, I don't know if you were. I heard about it for all my life. They were just living on a block. It was just like, oh, you know, the dirty people in dreadlocks is how it was described. And we hear about the inside of the house. We hear discussions, but we never see it until like towards the end. Because it's like your shark. You know, you saw Jaws, right?
Yeah.
How long before you see the shark in Jaws? You remember?
It was like immediately, wasn't it?
Yeah, the movie's like 2 hours, and you don't see the shark for 45 minutes. Until 45 minutes, but you dum. And that's the official shark in that series, the inside of that house. You hear about it, and also the fact that they're all like standing out front, like, no, you can't come in. You know. You know, all kinds of stuff. One of the little kids in the house is sneaking out and playing with other kids in the neighborhood until that kid's parents see him playing. Like, what are you doing there, that little nasty boy? What? That's just Eric. He lived next door. You know, all of it, all the prejudices that are wrapped up in it. I'm sorry.
No.
Get me going,
brother. The only reason why I would tell you to stop is so no one steals your stuff. But other than that, I'm having a blast. I'm like, go on, yeah.
So much there. There's so much there. It's a period piece. Your contrast is Mumia from his prison cell, because the man is still in jail, telling his story. And then you got the four women. And then you got the white cop that was there that's like a South Philly, lower income, middle income cop. And then you got that family of Chestnut Hill. That's the like the people making tons of money because it's Philadelphia, and so it's racially divided. That's a way to explore Philadelphia. That's a way to explore Philadelphia. Come on. There's so much there. And then did you ever see the footage of the trial?
No, I didn't see the footage of the trial.
You should.
Available? I can go take a look.
There's a documentary called Move. Look at that. And the footage, because I don't know what they did, but they broadcast the trial on TV, and it is done up. Like, it is beautiful. Ramona, Africa, only one of the only two to live and not be incarcerated. One of the only few rather to live, not be incarcerated, is talking and presenting. It's just lit. It's lit like late 70s, 80s dramatic lighting.
Mm.
It's incredible. It's incredible. Like, I'm like, this is a court.
Mm.
Yeah, it's the move situation is some real serious Philadelphia history. So when you were little, because you were really little,
Mm-hmm.
when did you first learn about move? What's your experience understanding of move?
I didn't really learn about Move until I started doing like more history diving into, because I always knew about Mumia, because when I
Mm-hmm.
was in Harlem, they would always have the free Mumia, all these things. So I was like, who's that? And look
Right.
into that a little bit more so. But as I got older, I heard about, the Move bombing and things of that nature in Philadelphia. Never really thought to look into it. When I moved to Philadelphia, I'm like, hold up, what's this stuff? My brother-in-law and I are talking about it. Because he heard some stuff from one of his professors actually at business school who said, yeah, I was actually doing X, Y, and Z with blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm digging, doing a deep dive and doing more research. And I'm just learning more about these things. And honestly, to be honest, I'm like, I wonder, because I still don't know a lot about my story per se. Like I said, my mother's last name is Smith. My father's last name is Brown. My last name is Yisrael. All those folks adopted the last name of Africa. We adopted the last name of Yisrael. So I'm wondering and I'm assuming and I'm thinking that probably had a huge influence on what my folks were doing before I was born. Now I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to connect dots. I don't know if it's true, but I'm trying to connect dots. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
thinking about what the vision was, what the rationale was. And that's why I really got interested a little bit more so. So, I'm thinking about it in that regard, but just the pieces again, you never know. You have to read certain spots and you have to check a source with sources you've been checking and all this other stuff. So I've just known it as, you got Mayor Good who does X, Y, and Z, but there's like no one else really who's taking the blame. And then you read some articles, and it's like the person who actually dropped the bomb, who there was nothing that happened to that person.
No.
But they're telling their story about how they aimed and fired and the perfect drop. This is what this person is saying
Right.
about what they did.
On
And
people and children.
this is nothing new, but I'm always asking myself again, we've seen this before, and it's like, this is the reason why I'm convinced, not to take it somewhere else, but this is the reason why I'm convinced that, particularly for people of color, marginalized and oppressed people, we can only free ourselves, and we can't wait for other people to do it, because history has shown they do not care. Period. Period. You can sit there and go through all that in your head, and it's like, you know what? I'm dropping it anyway.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. 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 It's intense. There's a lot in there. It's powerful that you're exploring yourself in that situation. Powerful exploring yourself in that situation with the last names and stuff. I mean, the power of division. That the move movement is about the power of division. I grew up thinking they were disgusting and dirty and nasty, from people who lived on the block. Yeah, you walk past them and they stink. Yeah, they got that dreadlock hair. I remember when I first got locks
Mm.
in college, and I called them locks, not dreadlocks. I used to call them dreadlocks, and I had a Jamaican saying like, "What's dreaded about your hair?"
Mm.
I was like, "Oh, okay,
Wow. Wow.
I'll go with locks." And Natty Dread, I know that's all the whole thing, but that gave me a moment of like, okay, so anyhow, but I grew up thinking they were disgusting and nasty and dirty. I remember the first time I heard Free Mumi, I was like, why? He kept those children enslaved. He kept them dirty and naked, didn't feed them. And when you unpack and discover, really look at what they were doing inside the house, that community, it's like, oh, this was an equal society. Women had decision. Women spoke equally. Like it's a much more complicated than is presented to us, and that's a real moment of misunderstanding of society and putting intense fear of Black people into people's hearts and minds. A fear of difference. How we so quickly go to that space. I think that's the lesson of the whole project, of like the danger of fear. the problematic nature of fear and not understanding someone that's your next door neighbor, you know. And I get it. Like, it's the kind of thing where everybody was living a certain kind of way. Like, remember, 70s, we still were like at the end of respectability presentation. Black people had to be standing upright, look good and clean, you know, not free, not questioning society, not demanding equity and justice, but representing yourself strong and good. Like, I'm good, I work hard, I shop, I go to the market, I raise my kids well behaved, they're clean, they're manicured, you know, the hair is cut right, the part is in the right place, you know, all of it, all that was very real. We're still in respectability times, late 70s and 80s. And that's, I think, you know, when you think about, that's why you don't see, you know, when you think about the hippie movement, it's always like one or two Black people. Because we were on the Motown kick of like, gotta clean it up and be like Supreme look, and Smokey Robinson and the Four Tops and all those people. It had to be like tight and clean. We didn't have time for being that free. And here come Move, and they're just wild. Like, ooh, like this is something else. What is this about? They were presented as like terrorists and horrible and dirty. I could almost smell them through the TV. That's how effective
wow.
they were, you know? And when I started uncovering it and looking at it, was like, this was a beautiful thing. Y'all didn't understand it. It's not how I may have wanted to live, per se, but what they were trying to do and achieve, mind y'all business. They weren't bothering nobody, you know? So, yeah, it's a whole lot.
Listen, brother, I appreciate that. Hopefully it gets made. Listen, I would put money up for that, good brother. Yeah. I really would. I would invest.
Come on, Amanda. We waiting for you to make us both independent, Amanda. When you taking that test?
Yep, this week you take it.
Give us some truffle. Give us some whatever she needs. Everything for sprinklers.
Oh yes. Beautiful. This is beautiful, man.
Oh, this is great. Wow, you got my mind racing around so much stuff.
This was awesome. So rich.
Yeah, from the numbers to Move, all of it. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Well, I think I got a little bit left for a final toast.
Oh, I got it. Something happened. I think mine evaporated. You know, it's real hot, it evaporates. It's real hot.
Well, it's
a little toast up in here.
Listen, I want to toast to your brilliance. I want to toast to all that you've already done, the things you are doing because of all the things you've already done, and the things that you will do because of all the things you've already done and continue to do. So to you, good sir, I'm excited.
I appreciate that. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, excellent. Take it to the head. Brown Juice Barbershop, a way of life.
Ooh, that's good.
Nice.
That's good.
Nice. Yeah, I'm
good.
Happy with my majesty.
Oh yeah.
I'm a little worried. It's going to run out soon. That's not going to make it very long, that bottle. What I'm going to do? I know.
You know what you got to do, brother. You know what you got to do. Yes, sir.
Brown Juice Barbershop.
Always a pleasure, good brother.
I got you.
Till the next session.
Yes, baby.
Stay safe, stay woke.
Be good. Stay out of trouble.
Oh, yes. Unless it's good trouble.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Oh, man.
Yes, sir.
And
to Byron Rustin, who said we need angelic troublemakers.
We stand on some giant soldiers.
Yes, we do. Amen to that. All right, good brother. Till next time.
Oof, yes.
Peace.
Deuces.